Welcome back to a new video. We're gonna be working on the old green Jeep again today. Beautiful day out. And I got something I'm wanting to try to make a little bit quieter on JJ. I have a problem with my 4x4 shift linkage rattling. And it makes a rattling sound sometimes when you crank it up, and going down the road it squeaks. And the reason is all the bushings underneath are worn out, and I have actually purchased a bushing. I just dropped some of that replacement kit, and that's what we're going to be trying to put on today. I've never done it before. I think it's a little bit aggravating to get some of these hard bushings put into place, but that's what we're going to be doing today. So here is what I'm looking at working on. They have made their own little bracket connecting the lever to this linkage down here, and it's bolted on, and it is loose and making some noise, but the main part that's worn out is this right here. And the best solution to it would be for me to put the cable shift linkage on it, but that's 100 and I don't know, 30-40 bucks that I really just don't want to spend. Not if I can make do. I'll have to tighten their nuts just a little bit up there because that is rattling as well. So anyway, I'm wanting to be able to do this without having to drop the skid plate. Okay, I'm going to try to do this a lazy way and leave the skid plate up. And I'll be the first to admit the lazy way ends up normally being the harder way. So, but I'm going to see if I can do it like this. Alright, I got this little ratchet wrench here that was able to break these bolts loose nicely. Okay. I don't really need to clip off these zip ties right here. Okay, I've got the zip ties cut off right here. They had this piece of rubber hose split and put over that piece. I've got all that removed, and now I need to try to press this piece out of that bushing. I'm taking this nut up here off. That's going to have to come off too. I don't think that nut is supposed to be there. That's something they have rigged up on their own accord. Okay, here is, just realized this is another rubber bushing that they cobbled up and put on here. That's going to have to come off because I can't get it out from the other side with that bushing in place. So, and I'm still going to have to go ahead and press that out. I hadn't got to that yet because I've been finding other things wrong. Alright, so I got it out. This bushing right here actually seems to be very good, so I'm not going to bother with changing it. This bushing, you can see, split into two pieces. I got to get that off. And I think the hard part is going to be getting the other bushing snapped back into the transmission bracket. I think that's what everybody has trouble with. I don't see me having any trouble with this side. So let me get that bushing off and evaluate how I'm going to get the other bushing to go back into the transmission bracket. Here are some of the pieces of the kit. It's got 2 more black bushings in it. One of them they have replaced with that linkage I showed you earlier, and one of them goes in this piece, which I'm leaving because this one's very good. This little accordion looking thing, it has a spring inside it. It will go on first. This will go on like that, and this will slide up into the bracket that's on the Jeep body, and this will bolt to that bracket, and that gives it a seal to keep the dirt and stuff from the back side of this. So, and that will keep pressure on it, which is what I didn't have before, and it was letting everything move around and vibrate and make a lot of racket. This is a piece I'm concerned about getting put in because it's going to be hard to get it snapped into place. That's what I'm going to try to do first. So I'm going to try to lubricate the hole with some liquid wrench, a little bit easier. So this will just snap into place, and I just got to get some way of adding pressure to it to get it to pop into the hole. Okay, so I have the bushing set up in the hole. I've tried to push it in with a pry bar. No luck there, and I ended up going and getting a set of these, borrowing a big set of these channel locks, and I'm going to try to reach around the bracket. Okay, I know you probably can't see that, but I ended up getting it in. I used a pry bar, used leverage against my drive shaft right here, popped it up in there. I did not use the green one. I went and found a black one, and for some reason it was very stiff plastic as well, but I actually got it in, the green one. I never did get it in. I even heated it up. I don't know. It would have went in, I guess. I don't know if a man's supposed to take that bracket off and put it in. I would think not, but anyway, I used a black one, and I think it'll hold up just fine. It's the same size as far as I can tell. I'll know when I try to get my linkage put back in if it's the same size, because it'll either work or it won't. So now let me get to putting this other stuff back in. Okay. I've had these parts for a long time, and this is why, because it's a pretty laborious job. It's a lot of straining going on. All right, let me see if I can get my linkage hooked back up. I tightened all these bolts up real good so they won't be rattling around. So let me get my nut on it. And it may be binding up because, like I say, I took all the slack out of the bolts, it may not function very well. Maybe it will. I don't remember. Okay. Got it a little bit stiff, but let me see about the rattle. No rattle. I got to put these bolts back in. Come on, close. All the way in. Job done. You remember earlier? Okay. Only now if it works, because I've got everything, like I said, a lot tighter than it was. So let's get in the Jeep and see if I can put it in 4-wheel drive. High. There's 4 low. Alright, so everything works. My rattle is gone, and I'll have a little bit quieter TJ now. I know there ain't none of them quiet, but anyway, it's better than it was. Well guys, that's the end of this video. I know it didn't take too long for y'all. It took me a little while. I knew those bushings was going to be hard to put in. That's why I've had this kit for probably a year and a half now, and I hadn't put it in. And it's such a beautiful day today, I thought I'm going to get out there and work on the Jeep and put this kit in. And I was still able to do it with the skid plate on. It may have been a little bit easier with the skid plate off, but then again you got the labor of removing the skid plate, so it kind of all evens itself out. If you've made it this far and you're still watching and you found anything in this video helpful, I wish you would give me that like. And if you're watching and you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll leave a link to my products as always down in the description below, and somewhere up in the top right hand corner of the screen if you're on a computer or a smartphone. Once again, I thank y'all for watching. Y'all come back next time, we'll see what we got going then. Yeah.